This is me. This is my beloved wife, Sylvia. This is Sylvia's idea of sailing. This is my dream of sailing and my hope of circumnavigating the globe as a retirement project in 2029. This is Sylvia's reaction to that idea.
What? You got a quest?
I am on a 6-year quest to convince Sylvia that a circumnavigation is a wonderful adventure, but the clock is ticking, so join me as I search for the perfect yacht that Sylvia will love, and get all your ladies to subscribe and cheer Sylvia on in the comments. Welcome back to Naval Gazing at Camp David. This week is another Future Yacht episode, and we are going to have a close look at a very exciting vessel, the Xquisite 60 Solar Sail. Today, we will 1. Review its specifications, pricing, and layout against 3 similar new vessels. 2. Do a full tour asking, what would Sylvia say? 3. Naval gaze at an innovation and or adjustment that just might make life aboard a little bit easier. 4. Have a look at the used market for 3 to 5-year-old pre-owned comparables. And 5. Give it a Dave score and compare the results with all our previously reviewed yachts. As always, all this fun will be sandwiched between a pairing of wine and a work of art from the same region as the guest yacht in an effort to capture the culture and people who gave birth to these wonderful vessels. Waves, wine, art, and ideas. What a civilized way to spend 30 minutes. So let's get going. From high above Vancouver, we head east to the western shores of France and the city of Roquefort, home of last week's guest yacht, the Nauticalert 44. From here, we fly south down the African continent to Cape Town and the yards of Phoenix Marine Manufacturing, where the innovative Xquisite 60 Solar Sail will be built. Finally, we hop southeast to the vineyards of this week's wine pairing, the Mentor Stellenbosch 2018. The wine is 100% Cab Franc, and the grapes were harvested at optimal ripeness and hand-sorted in the cellar to ensure only the best fruit was used for the fermentation. After 2 days of cold maceration, the juice was inoculated with a selected yeast strain. Alcoholic fermentation lasted approximately 6 days, and during this time, the wine was pumped over every 4 hours. It was pressed, then settled, and transferred to barrel in 70% new French oak barrels for melancholic fermentation. The wine was then racked and cleaned and returned to the barrel for maturation. After 12 months, the best wines were selected to mature for a further 6 months. In total, over the 18-month maturation period, the wine was racked twice. This wine is truly about selecting the best of the best. This wine shows aromas of spice, pencil shavings, and dark cherries. The complex, layered palate delivers a silky, soft finish with powdery tannins. The juicy characteristics of this extraordinary wine contribute to its bold structure and complexity. Enjoy on its own with beef fillet or dishes of tender veal. You can certainly enjoy the wine now, but cellaring for an additional 5 to 8 years will be rewarded.
Oh, that's delicious. I think you're going to enjoy that. Cheers. Let's go have a look at that boat.
Having a look at the renders here, man, the shape of this Solar 60 is fantastic. This is a Bill Dixon design, and I really didn't realize that until I was in the car with Bill Dixon and his son Matthew on the way to look at a Hylas 57. But, I mean, what a difference these lines make to the overall Xquisite. I can hardly wait till we are actually looking at this in a 50. Looking over at our new comparables this week, we're looking at the Lagoon 55, the Privilege 580, the Sunreef 60, and the Xquisite 60 Solar Sail. Heading across the top here on upwind sail area, it's the Privilege at 213 square meters that leads the pack. Then you've got the Lagoon and the Sunreef almost tied at 180, and finally the Xquisite 60 Solar Sail at 163. Hopping onto the cabin tops here, You can see that on pricing, it's the Lagoon in the lead at the most economical, followed by the Sunreef and the Privilege, almost tied, and then finally the Xquisite 60 Solar Sail. But don't let that base price fool you, because the Xquisite is one of those yachts where you can't apply the 50% sail away rule. Tomasz likes to load up his boat with standard equipment. Probably why the Europeans get a little frustrated with him, because they like to layer things on. But his boat, I struggle to find anything to add to it. So keep that in mind as we go through the pricing. Looking at the cabin tops here, you can see the Lagoon with that beautiful, expansive fly bridge there. The Privilege 580 has a fabulous fly lounge with what I far prefer is that mid-helm, so that you can talk both to the folks on the fly lounge as well as the folks in the cockpit and even in the saloon. Sunreef 60, very similar to the Lagoon 55, and it has a football field-sized fly bridge, full fly bridge, so you are isolated. And the Xquisite 60 Solar Sail, as with the Privilege, has a beautiful fly lounge and a mid-helm, a very nicely located mid-helm. The only difference between the two is that on the Privilege Signature, you have a forward cockpit and a forward bow access door out of the saloon, which in the Xquisite you don't. You do have a faux forward cockpit with built-in factory sun lounges there, but there is no forward access there. Moving into the accommodations, you can see across the top here the dimensions are fairly close. The Sunreef 60 is the largest here at 18.3 by 10.2. The Privilege a little bit longer at 18.7, but narrow at 9.2. Then you've got the Xquisite, the longest actually at 18.8, but again narrower of the other two, actually the narrowest of the four at 8.9. And then the Lagoon 55 is 16.56 by 9. Inside the actual accommodations, you can see in the Lagoon you have those four fabulous full athwartship walk-around berths. The Privilege, again, same thing, beautiful walk-around berths. A very, very nice forward master with stairs up into the forward cockpit. The Sunreef, again, all athwartship, full walk around. And then the Xquisite as well, all athwartship, full walk around, and a beautiful, massive owner's hull, the entire port side hull. Heading into the numbers now, we'll have a look at this sail away price, because everything except the Xquisite, the 50% on top rule does apply. So if you look along the sail away USD now, again, you do have the Lagoon 55, the most economical at 2.36. But the next one is the Xquisite at 3.5. And trust me, I had to struggle to find another 200 to add to the base of 3.3. The Privilege is next then at 3.7, and finally the Sunreef at an even 4 mil. Looking at the length overall, as we already indicated, the Xquisite 60 Solar Sail is the longest at 18.8, and the beamiest is going to be the Sunreef at 10.2. Draft, the least is, believe it or not, the Lagoon at 5 feet or 1.55. But everybody's grouped pretty darn close. You've got 5 feet, then 5'3", 5'4", 5.75. Bridge deck clearance. I am trying to find this additional data point for everybody. I do have it on the Xquisite and the Sunreef. And the Xquisite is 3.5 feet, and the Sunreef is 3.75. You might want to encourage all of your manufacturer contents to start including bridge deck clearance, plus a few other little ditties that I'm trying to add in here. Air draft, the tallest, believe it or not, is the Lagoon at 95 feet. Light ship displacement, the lightest of the group, is the Xquisite at 24.9 tons. Next is going to be the Lagoon at 27.6. The next is the Privilege at 29. And finally, the big girl, the Sunreef, at 38 long tons. Payload capacity, another data point I'm trying to find for you. I did find it for the Privilege, and it is 6 tons. The upwind sail area, we already noted that the Privilege is 213 square meters, and it is the largest. And then heading down to the engines, again, it's the Privilege. Heading down to the engines, it's the Xquisite with 110 horsepower, 2 times 110. Now, obviously, I believe that on most of these, you could probably get something close to that as an option. But again, Tomasz includes the top shelf stuff in his standard offering. So 2 times 110 horsepower, that's enough juice to get you out of just about anything. Fuel tank capacity, it's the Privilege at 1,000 liters. I'm trying to find Blackwater capacity for you as well here. The Xquisite right now, I found the Xquisite and the Sunreef. It's the Xquisite in the lead by a large chunk, and that's 430 liters or 114 gallons. Into the more technical stuff now, as far as hull material goes, the best hulls, according to the data here, are the Sunreef and the 60 Solar Sail, both tied. Sandwich composite construction, E-glass, Divin Self composite PVC foam, epoxy vinyl ester resin, carbon fiber reinforcements in critical areas. Both of those have that. And the Lagoon and the Privilege would be better than the Lagoon, well, depending on what you think of balsa, but Privilege is all PVC. You're using polyester with a vinyl ester outer layer, and then the Lagoon is polyester, balsa core above the waterline, and solid monolithic below the waterline. Again, these are some data points I'm trying to add to our list here. Maximum battery bank capacity. I've got everything except for the Sunreef here. So the Lagoon has 10 kilowatt hours, the Privilege 8.6 kilowatt standard, and the Xquisite 48 kilowatt hours. So again, Tomasz takes it right to the top. I've tried to find the max factory battery capacity, but I could only find it on the Xquisite because they only do the max. As far as factory solar, max factory solar, I could only find it for the Xquisite, and that is a whopping 6 kilowatts of flexible solar. Looking down into the performance indicators, sail area to displacement, which is indicative of power, it's the Privilege in the lead at 22.9, followed by the Lagoon at 20.1, the Xquisite 19.4, and the Sunreef at 16.1. Displacement to hull length or heaviness, it is the Xquisite in the lead here at 123.3. Again, it's the lowest number wins, and they're ahead by a significant margin. The next closest is the Privilege at 140.8. But I would like to point out that, I've heard a lot of people poo-poo the Privilege as, an underperformer or seeming to lump it together with Lagoons or production cats, and that's just not the case. The Privilege is a good sailor. It's not a racing boat, but it's not a lead sled in any shape or form. Looking now down at the indicative percentage of wind speed capability, this is the KSP measure, which is a theoretical speed performance with 10 knots of wind. It is, again, the Privilege in the lead at 73% of wind speed. Next is the Xquisite at 68% of wind speed. Then it's the Lagoon at 65% and the Sunreef at 59%. If you are talking to manufacturers as you go around shopping for your boats, see if you can't get them to start listing some of these additional useful data points. I've got these for a few boats, but not very many. Interior area. We know the square footage or the square meter area of every house we buy. Why can't we know the same living square footage of the boats we're going to live aboard? Exterior area. Again, we know the square footage or square meters of the lot that our house is on. Why can't we know the exterior, usable exterior space on every boat that we buy? Interior enclosed storage. When you look at car stats, you can see the square footage of trunk space. Why can't we see the interior stowage space, cupboards and lockers, etc., of the yachts we're going to buy? Exterior lockers, again, very similar to the car trunk. Why can't we know what the cubic footage or cubic meters space is within the actual storage lockers? These are vital points that we need to think about when we're looking at a liveaboard. Total fridge capacity. Total freezer capacity. Again, these are items, Bally will list the interior square footage because, of course, it's their strong point. And I think I got the fridge capacity from Seawind, although you don't see that everywhere. It's very spotty. Nobody lists the storage space, internal or external. And nobody lists the external usable square footage for your cockpit, your forward cockpit, your weather decks, your fly lounge, and we should know this data. So if you're talking to manufacturers, give them a poke and ask them to do it. If you're enjoying the content, I would really appreciate it if you could give it a thumbs up, and please comment. I have learned most of what I know about boats from the comments of this very educated audience. Even if you disagree, I'd love to hear your disagreement. It forces me to research elements that maybe I'm wrong on or have inaccurate. I do appreciate even the negatives. They drive me to do better at the research and really have uncovered some very interesting facts that I've appreciated in the end. So really comment, thumbs up and comment. If you could subscribe, please do it. It means the world to the channel. And if you have a moment, just fire this off to a friend and ask them to subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thanks very much. Hopping aboard. What would Sylvia say? Well, Sylvia would love this thing. I mean, this and the Privilege, they really are spectacular. Look at that beautiful fly lounge, the lovely forward deck lounge areas, that massive solar set of integrated solar panels. They're not tacked on. They're just beautifully integrated. The dinghy lift here, and it's not just your average dinghy lift. You will see here that the obviously the platform goes down for a swim deck, but the dinghy is actually raised and lowered using that very what looks to be an Atlas davit style crane, which I really like. I think this is the best of both worlds because I have heard that the dinghy lifts, although lovely for swim platforms, can be a bit of a nightmare in heavy water. This combines them both. Look at the stowage you have here, the flexibility of that aft settee, the bottle storage, the barbecue. I mean, everything is here. Look at the barbecue here. Look at the beautiful cockpit area, big table, lots of lounging space. Now let's do a little navel gazing here. There are several great sailboat security systems and boat monitoring technologies on the market, and some even have active defense features like high-volume audible repellers and fog generators to confuse and intimidate intruders. But all of these require the unwelcome boarding party to set foot on your boat first, which seems a bit late if you are sound asleep in a remote destination. One company offers sensors that detect incoming boats when they enter a defined radius around your vessel and well before would-be pirates and thieves come near your sugar scoops. Nauticalert offers a combined IR and microwave sensor that offers an even greater degree of accuracy, making it suitable for use on deck as well as below. Microwave technology can see how far away objects are as well as how big they are. Together with a PIR sensing element that looks for thermal motion, it enables the detector to ignore small motions such as moving ropes, boom vangs, etc. It's an extremely resilient intrusion solution for marine and can be used to detect an approaching intruder before they board. Nauticalert can also be used to create an elaborate solution involving FLIR thermal imaging and up to 24 individual surveillance cameras, with the FLIR system automatically detecting the heat signature of any intruder and raising the alarm if someone breaks a specified parameter around the boat. This system is also capable of transmitting video directly to your cell phone or computer and even allows you to direct the cameras. Back on board here, we're in the aft cockpit with that beautiful convertible settee, that fantastic barbecue. Let's go through those massive opening sliding doors into this extremely welcoming and warm saloon area. Fabulous center island, obviously, here, and then off to the starboard there, you've got that beautiful wraparound settee. Just in front of it, you'll see you've got a dropping TV that automatically comes out of that little shelf area. Look at the size of that massive refrigerator. So full-sized refrigerator here. You can see the various color elements you've got here. The first one I prefer. The next one, a little bit of that bleaching action. The third there, a little warmer. Here's the overall layout of the saloon and cockpit. You can see how wide open and comfortable it is. Also, look at the massive size of that beautiful forward-facing nav table there. You've got a lot of features here. You've got multi-zone fusion Apollo stereo system, 50-inch smart TV in the saloon, full-size double-door refrigerator freezer, induction cooktop, and extraction hood. Of course, everything is electric on board. There's no gas. Vented washer-dryer. I got to emphasize, vented washer-dryer. That means the dryer actually works, which is a rarity on sailing yachts. Dishwasher. 42 gallons of water maker, and then a wine cellar. Again, this is all standard, folks. None of this is in the option list. It's standard. As we look at the electrical system configuration here, you can see the elements here with the hood fans and the dishwashers, the ovens, the washer dryer, the refrigerators, all that good stuff. They are all connected, of course, to your massive 48 kilowatt hour battery bank, lithium ion battery bank, and that 6 kilowatt solar power array that you have out back. Again, within the cockpit area, you can see exactly where that lithium ion bank are based and how they're connected then to that huge solar panel array, as well as your engine alternators. Okay, having a look again at in the saloon here at the various color options. I mean, it really is a very spacious environment. You've got the bar stools there at the eating bar, as well as your nice area for dining there at the dining table. Lots of space and room. Lots of different features here that you can see. I love that breakfast dining, the bar area that I'm trying to look at there. You've got the induction top and the full extractor fan there. Lots of storage space in the kitchen. You can see all the drawers and storage you have here, and you can bet your bottom dollar that Tomasz has his famous toolkit in here somewhere. Look at the size of the trash bin, which is always something that's quite limiting. Lovely crystal cabinet there, and again, that wonderful jut out that creates a nice stable place near the fridge where you can brace yourself, but also contains that rise-up TV as well as a whole bunch of storage. Lots of storage beside the refrigerator there as well. Now this is something really neat. The table here goes up into full dining room mode. It also goes into full sleep mode and then down into coffee table mode. Looking at the storage here now, under the settee, at least the jut out of the settee, the footrest, lots of storage, both cupboard and shallow storage there. And then your nav station, really nicely laid out, lots and lots of storage for your bits and pieces. You can keep this yacht looking uncluttered. Look at all of the storage, even the rise up storage there. And then you've got access to all your electrical behind there. So let's head down into the master hull on the port side, heading back here into this incredible master suite. You can see the massive window that you're looking straight out of. You can see, if you look up to the ceiling there, the drop down TV, so it doesn't take up any space in the cabin. I mean, full walk around access, absolutely beautiful. Looking from the top down here, you can see all the storage closets you have, your makeup table there, everything that you could possibly need. You even have your beautiful little couch, which can be configured multiple different ways. We'll look at that, from in-suite laundry to more storage, or that lovely settee, which would definitely be my preference. Again, lots of hatches in the windows, allowing you nice ventilation. You can see in this picture here that the settee has been replaced by additional storage if you want it. Here it is with the settee option, and here it is with the in-suite vented, dedicated washer-dryer setup. Again, every aspect of this is so elegant and beautifully, beautifully done. Tons of storage under the master berth there. And then you've got the very nice makeup table / desk. It's a good size. This isn't a cramped little thing. You could actually do work from home here for sure. Okay, let's head down the hall to an amazing feature. We're talking about the walk-in closet. And this isn't just a fake walk-in closet, a faux walk-in closet, such as on the Lagoon 50 or 51. This is a real walk-in closet. Absolutely spectacular. Looking from above, you can see the amount of space you've actually got in that walk-in closet. I mean, there's enough room there for Sylvia's gowns and my tuxedos for those Monaco casino nights in our imaginary lifestyle. Okay, let's head forward now into the head itself. Again, everything you'd expect by now. The luxury, the finishes, the space, absolutely beautifully executed. Very large single basin sink. Lots of room for Sylvia's pharmacy there. Everything that you would possibly want. The shower has a beautiful teak seat and absolutely gorgeous hardware backboard there, which absolutely looks gorgeous. Lots of space, and again, fantastic storage in the bathroom itself. Behind the mirrors, all sorts of space for all that you would ever want. So another quick look around this bathroom just to give you a sense of what you would expect. And I mean, you could put 2 or 3 people in that bathroom, in that shower. Okay, let's head up and across into the aft starboard side guest cabin. This is nothing to sneeze at. This is absolutely luxurious. I love what they've done with that beautiful glass shower in the aft there, and the angles there. You can see the different colors we're looking at here. Again, you've got tons of space in this cabin, all that you would ever need. You even have your own workstation, makeup table, lots of hanging space. The shower room and the head, very spacious. Nothing to complain about there. And of course, because it's a glass wall shower and they haven't really closed it off, it creates the illusion of even more space in that cabin. Okay, let's head forward to the forward guest cabin. Again, full walk around, beautiful forward shower in the forepeak. Lots of hanging storage. The berth on this one, of course, is a little higher up. The head has a hideaway trash can, which I absolutely love. And again, you've got that glass shower door giving a sense of even greater volume to this space. All of your charging ports beside your bed, lots of storage under the bed, even though there's an air conditioner unit in there. Very comfortable head. lots of storage behind the cabinets. Here is your alternate in near this cabin or at the entrance of this cabin for your laundry facility. So this would be a combined washer dryer, vented again, instead of the ones over in the master suite. As we head on to the cabin tops here, let's zoom in on that beautiful fly lounge and helm area. Look at that, fantastic hard bimini, hard forward windshield, keeping you nice and safe. You got a beautiful sunroof there that you can see your sails from, nice and open, even though you got lots of protection to talk to the folks in the fly lounge and down below in the cockpit and saloon. Here's a view of your helm station. Very, very nicely laid out. Everything is there. Everything's electric. Everything is push button. This is built for shorthanded, not just shorthanded, but single-handed sailing of a 60-foot catamaran. Okay, heading on to the bow, you've got this fabulous sunning area and a very nice shade that can be put up there to give you shade and those lovely sun pads. Got beautiful princess seats there. Everything is electric, including an electric furling spinnaker or code 0 all the way out front. Everything is push button right from this fantastic helm. Now look at this innovation. And I thought of this and I thought I was foolish thinking about this stuff for monohulls, but here Tamash has done it with a catamaran and it makes total sense. You hit a button and out comes your shade over top the fly lounge. And isn't that always the criticism of the fly lounges? Oh, too much windage and nobody's going to sit up there because it's too hot. Well, of course, you don't do it during the day normally. You do it for sundowners. But here, you can do it anytime you want with the push of a button. I mean, this is absolutely spectacular. And remember, this was not the most expensive boat on our list. Another look here as we have a quick look at the aft section of the boat. She's just a very, very handsome Bill Dixon design. Looking at her in the sunset, I'm in there. No, I think I'm up on the fly lounge sipping on my Mai Tai there. Okay, hopping into pre-owned comparables. What do we compare this beauty to? Well, first up is a 2022 Sunreef 60 sail. Bearing in mind that our sail away is base plus almost nothing, 3.5 million, and that's stretching it. For this 1-year-old 60, they're asking $4 million. Not a hope in Hades. I would be on the Xquisite all day long. Next up, we're looking at a 2021 Moon 60 sail. Very nice vessel, very similar to the Sunreef in its feel. I haven't done the performance numbers on it, but they're looking for 2.5 versus the 3.5 for the Xquisite. I honestly, if I had the $1 million, I'd do the Xquisite. Tamash has built such reliable, such well thought through, such complete vessels that there's a level of trust. The other thing is, if you've ever met Tamash and his team, you can't help but love them. Like, Tamash is the nicest, most honest, straightforward fellow I've ever met. Anytime I email him, ask for information, I'm expecting an assistant to get back to me. Tamash is back to me in 5 minutes. Like, it just the humblest, nicest guy. So, I'd do the Exquisite. Next is a 2021 Fountain Peugeot Samana 59. This is quite a vessel. We're looking at 2-year-old vessel, 3.1 versus 3.5. Not a hope in Hades. There is no comparison between these vessels. The Exquisite is at least 30%, if not 50% more vessel for the same for almost the same money. And finally here, we're looking at a 2018 Leopard 58, so 5-year-old boat. They're looking for 1.3 Look, that's a whole lot of cash. That's $2 million delta. No, it's not the same boat as Tamash's, but it's a whole lot of boat. And not bad quality, not my favorite interiors. It's not the same caliber of vessel, but wow, you are getting a whole lot of space. I'd have to go with the used Leopard on this one. Okay, monohull heresy. What do we compare this amazing Xquisite 60 solar sail with on the monohull side? Well, first up, and remember, we go for 20% bigger on a monohull to try and get a reasonable equivalency in living space. So first up is a 2018 C&B 66. It's a 70-foot yacht. It's a lovely vessel. It's 4 or 5 years old. They're looking for $2 million versus 3.5. Honestly, if I had the 1.5, I'd still do the Xquisite. The C&B is a beautiful yacht, but you know, I can sail a 60-foot cat by myself, with the tech that Tamash's has on there and the quality of vessel. If I had the 1.5, we'd be there. Next up is a 2019 Nader Swan. This 79-foot Nader Swan, $6.8 million. No way. In a heartbeat, it would be 3.5 for the 60-foot Xquisite 60 solar sail, and I'd have a better sailing experience, more luxury, more independence, and I'd be able to sail it by myself, so more safety. 2021 C&B 76. They're looking for 3.6 versus 3.5. Not a hope. It would be the Xquisite. And finally, something completely different. That's a 2021 MCP Global Expedition 66, a 68-foot expedition yacht. They're looking 3.1-ish. Again, not a hope. It would be the Xquisite 60 solar sail. So I think the Xquisite basically has it right across the board. Okay, it is time for the Dave score. How did she do? Well, we've done a whole lot of yachts, but it doesn't take very long to see the 60 green line there. She did extremely well. She is tied with the Privilege signature. You're looking at interior, a 9 out of 10 in elegance. The exterior, a 9 out of 10 in elegance. Comfort, a 9 out of 10 on comfort on the interior, a 9 out of 10 on the exterior. The only reason the Privilege has a leg up on the exterior is because of that forward cockpit, which I prefer. Quality, 9 out of 10. And again, I'm not technical enough. I haven't visited either factory to give either of these a 10, but they are both very, very high quality boats. Performance, 7 out of 10. Lazy Sailor, 8 out of 10. Actually, that should be a 9 out of 10 for the Xquisite. The Condo, 9 out of 10. Geek Factor, definitely a 9 out of 10. And value for money, I'd give the Xquisite the edge on this one. It's a little bit cheaper, and the quality is all there, and some of the gizmos and capabilities. Honestly, I'd probably put this one in a wee bit of a lead over the Privilege 580 signature. For our Art of the Region this week, we're looking at Fumelal Tashaba, a moment to the Ispastuela as Mama Feeds the Community, 2021, mixed media on canvas. This artist is known for creating figural works that are autobiographical and that reflect the world around them. Trained primarily as a printmaker, his works include mixed media paintings on canvas as well as paint and collage on wood panels. His subject matter often comments on the social political condition of the black population in post-apartheid South Africa and its reverberations in a global discourse. The artist intentionally puts himself in situations where he is the observer. He generally discusses the importance of being an artist who is a catalyst for change. Very much a witness and a truth teller, he depicts conflicts, incongruities, and unspoken realities. A monument to the Ishpala as Mama feeds the community is an incredible painting that commemorates a passage in the artist's re-entry into the South African life. He recounts that while driving from a wealthy district of Santon, he passed through Alexandra, an impoverished township, and memorized the scene into the canvas. The painting reveals a half-length portrait of a woman in embellished regalia with a violet aura that emanates behind her, and the face of a young boy looks directly at the viewer from the edge of the canvas. In the background, 4 figures stand on what appear to be elevated posts, performing Ispashla, a dance of resistance. As the artist explained, Ispashla is based on the dance and Kwaito music and is choreographed fast-step street dance presented by a troupe. Developed in the 1950s when apartheid restricted the movement of blacks, dance, ritualized rhythmic movement reclaimed free motion. The artist was inspired by the 3-generational gathering and the agency among the figures. This is the first work by him to enter the Denver Art Museum collection and was part of his first solo show, becoming Water from the Same Source, at Pippi Holdsworth Gallery, London in 2021. Well, that's our Waves, Wine, Art, and Ideas for another week. I'm sure you can tell my unabashed admiration for Tamash and his team at Xquisite. What they're doing is fantastic. This new Bill Dixon design, I think, truly reflects Tamash's genius and his focus on quality and a complete package as opposed to piecemealing it together with a massive options list. I'm crossing my fingers that the 50 version of this will come out in time that I might be able to partake, but we'll see what happens. Thanks very much. We'll see you next week.